Hi guys, this is Ray again from Chipmunk Robotics. In today's session, I'm going to introduce app script concept to all of you guys. So if I go to Google official page for AppScript, it tells you briefly AppScript is a cloud-based JavaScript platform that lets you integrate with and automate tasks across Google products, including Google Sheets, Google Drive, and also Google Docs and Google Form. So AppScript is one type of JavaScript, specifically Node.js. If you haven't heard what Node.js is, I encourage you definitely go out there and try to Google, Node.js and try to learn, what this language is about. For those of you who are already very familiar with Microsoft Excel Visual Basic application, uh, I bet you have either heard of or used and built a lot of automations in VBA for Excel. So AppScript, to put it simply, is Google's version of VBA in automating G Suite products such as Google Sheets, Google Doc, and everything else. So, um, in, but because Google Suite product is purely web-based, you can definitely do a lot more with AppScript, which leverage Node.js as part of the programming. In today's course, I will show you guys a couple of examples how we can build simple AppScript programs to automate copy and paste and to automate converting of the data and also grouping and aggregating a large number of CSV files. And then eventually we will learn how to leverage the macro recording functionality to record simple macros in automating tasks like pivoting the tables, all that. And then finally, I will show you how to schedule your app script so you can have an automated workflow to run at the cadence you want. So my first use case of app script is I have this table here listing all the vendors, my original POs with the vendor, and my amount due, and with all the corresponding accounts for that vendor. So if I want to write a script to do automatically copy and paste from this Google Sheets to a destination Google Sheets here, I can write a simple app script for this. So to get into the app script programming, you click extension, go to app script. I have it open already here. So here I will start writing my first code for doing the copy and paste automation. There is a basic concept I want to introduce to you. You see here the URL. This is the unique ID representing the Google Sheet you are working with. So I can use this ID to basically say, okay, this ID is where my original data comes from. And then in the destination Google Sheets, I have this ID here, which represents the ID for the destination Google Sheets. Now we have figured out the source spreadsheet and destination Google Sheets IDs. So let's go back to the app script and start our coding. So I want first create a script, and this is copy and paste example. So it will automatically create the function for me, but I won't start writing my function yet. So before I start my function, I want to name a reference, has a constant reference to those source Google Sheets and the destination Google Sheet. To do that, I will simply do a constant, say source spreadsheet ID equals, and then constant destination spreadsheet ID equal, and then I don't want to pull all the entire content of the Google Sheets and paste that over to destination Google Sheets. So I only want to copy, column D and to column. Uh, Actually, I don't want to copy column G either. So let's say I only want to copy column D to column F, and to this Google Sheets in final amount due tab to column A to column C. How do I do that? So basically, I can name another constant source range name, and then I do another constant destination range name. Now let's copy the actual source Google Sheets ID in here, and then destination Google Sheet ID here as well. So my source range name is summary tab column D to F. So let's do summary tab D to F. I shouldn't have a space here. Be careful with that space. And here I want to have final amount due and column A to C. With this, we are ready to start writing our functions. So before we actually start writing our functions, I want to rename my default function to a more meaningful name, right? So I will call it my PLs, or maybe I should call it copy my PLs, since I'm doing the copy and paste. So Google Sheets team already developed a number of APIs for us to quickly leverage a lot of data handling. So in this case, I have the Sheets API enabled already. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, so I can quickly show you how to create the Sheets API. So let me remove this first. So and remove the service. And now let's re-add the Google Sheets service. So scroll down and find Google Sheets API, and we can just use the default identifier for Sheets here, and let's click Add. Once you add, you basically enable a Google Sheets API through your app script. We have the Google Sheets API enabled now, so my first part of my function is to retrieve the data, original data in the app script Google Sheets I have here. So to do that, so I will do, first I always add annotation for myself so I don't forget what I'm doing in each step. So say get values from source, and my source values equals, let's use the Sheets API, and I will say spreadsheets values get. And now all I need to do is to pass my Google Sheets spreadsheet ID and also my source range name in here. And I want to get their values. And that's it. That's how I get the values from the data source. And I need to write those values to the destination, right? And to do that, I can do the same destination values equals its API, and let me call spreadsheets and values again, and this time instead of a get, let's use update. So to update the values, I need to pass what values I want to update with. So I already have my source values defined in the step above. So I would simply say I want to pass values as source, and then I want to pass this to my destination spreadsheet at the destination range. And also, I don't want Google Sheets to format anything for my copy and paste. So I want my original value from the source data transposed in a raw format. So to do that, I can define a value option, put option as raw. So Google Sheets don't auto, I don't want the Google Sheet automatically formatting anything for me. So, and before I finish this, let me do the annotation and say update values in the nation. So I think when I run the function, I want to be notified that the values was successfully copied over or not, right? And to do that, I can simply write a message box for myself and call browser, and let's do a message box and simply say PO data are updated in the destination. And this is it, guys. We have completed our first app script program. Well, the program doesn't do any good if you couldn't run it, right? So let's go ahead and try it to run it and see whether it works or not. So first, let's save it. So now the copy and paste GS file is saved within Google Apps Scripts of this Google Sheets. So to run this, let's first examine our destination Google Sheets. In this tab, there is no data in here. So go back to the Google Sheets where we did our programming. Go to extension, go to macros. So because you have already written an AppScript file, so once I click import macro, I should be able to see our files and programs in there. So you can see my function copy my POs is over here. I want to add my function. So now to run this, I simply need to go to extension, macro again, and click the function. Let me click it, and Google Sheet will say run your script, and it gave me the message box PO data are updated in the destination Google Sheets. See, the entire process doesn't really take much time. Let me click OK and look at our destination Google Sheets. You see all the data are successfully copied over. This is how we can automate a lot of uncopy and paste using AppScript in Google Sheets. And now we successfully finished our first demo of the AppScript copy and paste using Google Sheets AppScript built-in Google Sheets API. So how do you like it? And this is a great way to automate a lot of copy and paste you have to manage in your day-to-day work. So I certainly encourage you to follow the video I recorded and make sure you can repeat it the same way so you know how to do it in real life as part of your work. Thank you guys. And in our next session, I will cover how to do some a little bit of data transformation and manipulation to convert this table into actual accounting journal entries. Talk to you later.